It's Jeremy from Prosper/GradAustralia, and I'm here with Tanya and Kevin from MinterEllison. We're just having a discussion around your offering to graduates and interns. So I just wanted to know, what does MinterEllison do?
MinterEllison, Jeremy, is a full-service law firm. That means that we provide legal and commercial advice for large corporate entities. This sees us acting for 75% of the top 50 ASX companies.
Yeah, and across that, we work across so many different sectors. So from property, construction, insurance, environment planning, and part of that comes down to the M&A litigation. There's so many things that we do.
Following on from that, I wanted to know, why does your organisation employ graduates?
As with any other organisation, they form a part of our leadership pipeline. So the grads we hire actually come from the clerks that we hire. So they come in, they get to see what we're like, we get to see what they're like, and they form our future pipeline, our leaders.
What would graduates actually do in their first year on the job?
It really does range depending on which group you're in, at what time, and at what stage of a matter that they're involved in. But it would see people attending client meetings, it would be drafting correspondence, it would be drafting documents, potentially using new and innovative ways to provide advice to our clients and streamline a lot of that information that comes to us.
Okay, excellent. So it's a real variety of sort of roles and tasks in that first
and there's
year.
a lot
So
of
it's really
training.
hands-on.
There's a lot of training from our perspective. So students will come to us with a great deal of fundamental legal knowledge.
Yep.
But the way in which they work is the part that we spend a lot of time on embedding in them and creating really good habits for the future.
That's right. So we have our firm-wide development programs. That's where they get a lot of soft skill training. And then depending on which rotation or placement they're placed in, that's where a lot of the technical training comes in as well, to complement their skill set.
I kind of see all of these rotations as a bit of a positive, because it lets all of these graduates try these different facets of law. And then that way they kind of have a better understanding of where they really want to end up. So I think that's
Absolutely. And many people are not open-minded in the sense that they come in knowing they want to be a lawyer in a particular place. We see more and more, probably only 10% of those that come in with a definite mindset end up in that space. Many others want to or don't really keep themselves open-minded enough. And when they end up trying an area they hadn't thought of, they find a perfect match. And that is about the rotations. We're trying to create different learning opportunities, both in litigious and transactional matters, in an advice space, in small teams, in large teams. So changing all the dynamics to help someone find the best fit for them personally.
fantastic. So I think one of the last questions that I wanted to ask was in regards to, essentially this is for all of the graduates to have a good understanding of, but what does your ideal graduate look like? What are their traits?
I think, as Tanya mentioned, someone who's quite open-minded about where they want to go. Part of the point of the clerk and grad program is for you to really discover what it's like in a commercial law firm and the different practice areas that you can try out. But in terms of, skills, someone who's diligent, not afraid to get down into it. More and more, we're really looking at that really innovative mindset. What can we do differently? In law, sometimes it's a very, old system where this is how things have always been done. What we want in our clerks and grads is for them to come in with fresh eyes and say, why is it done this way? What can we do differently?
Okay, so my next question was, what was the most common mistake that candidates make when applying for a role at MinterEllison?
Yeah, I think probably one of the first mistakes is with the cover letter. So part of that is not tailoring enough to the organisation. But a key part is also, who are you as a candidate? What is your story? And for some people, they think, maybe this work experience isn't as relevant, so they leave out a whole chunk of their history and their personal story in the cover letter. And that's what we want. We want them to set themselves apart. So I think that's one of the first mistakes we see.
And for me, flowing on for that, it's actually understanding that applies to the interview process as well. People will come into an interview and at that point, I think it becomes very real. So they try to behave in a way they think we want to see. But as I said before, we recruit so many people that actually allowing us to see the real you in an interview is to your advantage, because if we can see the real you, you get to see us in reality, and we're then working out if we're the perfect match.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for talking to me, and it was really exciting to hear those answers, and I'm sure many of the grads on GradAustralia would love to sort of hear these answers. We're really looking forward to the next intake.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for your time.